Oh, you got it here?
You're too engaged in conversation. So I
Already
already
6 minutes. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you wanted to start.
go live when it finally comes up over there.
You
There
are
we go.
live.
There we go.
Hey, look, the notification worked for once.
Yay!
Look at that. Now there's no excuses for me being the first one in.
There you go. We're live here. And we should be live over here. I need to go home. Because I need to do... Hello.
I'm going to be bad and turn on the sound here. Oh, we're on the end card right now. We need to flip over.
Yeah, we need to flip over. There we go. Show's not over, folks. We're still here.
Hey, while print and play 3D printed arcades, say what? Yeah. You just wait.
You just wait. We got lots going on.
While... Perfect.
Now I need a link to this.
Click on the 40, or right click on the 43 seconds ago on the upper right there. Underneath the first layer is live. Keep going down, sorry, to the left. You see that where it says is live now? And, click on the or is live now part, and that'll get you a link. Like if you go up a little bit.
Now.
What? Ah.
Nope.
You can also share, but I never found that share to work.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just do it from mobile.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can share it. I'll just share it over there.
Yeah, but you have to share it to a... Okay, so click on down. Yeah, they hide it, and that drives me crazy.
I know. It drives me crazy.
You'd think it would be easier.
We're sharing so people can come see, because everybody forgets where we are.
It's not working for me today. Need to go for a haircut.
So... There we go. Geraldine Ham, hi honey.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble now. Pop-out chat. I like the pop-out chat, then I can get big with it.
Well, it's funny. I was playing with OBS. You give it the pop-out chat window, and that's how it pops up on the stream. So
yeah, I can do that. I can do that here, too. I can actually have a ticker across the bottom.
Yeah, eventually
With vMix Social. Eventually,
That's awesome.
I'll get that done. But we got Wiley's 3D Print and Play. Yeah, I knew Print and Play was going to be here.
Yeah.
Because this is his.
Oh.
There's Tanner 3D.
Yeah, Tanner
Canadian Maker Project. Too bad. I thought it was a super fast show. No, it's not a super fast show, but it's a Superman show. Or Superman show.
There's Mark. Hobby Mike just joined.
Mike just joined, yeah. Mark Baker, hello again. And yes, Mark, I will be back at your place this Saturday. Well, it did turn out, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And now I have to fill it. I have to get everything. There's the marquee frame. There's the pie frame. I have to finish testing before I fill it. And then it's going off to the painter to get a nice automotive paint grade done. Hey, there's Mike Ramirez. Hola! Oh, it is 1:28, so we got a couple minutes. So you can tell Brian's with me today. Brian's gonna co-host with me today. We got lots to talk about, actually. No politics today, so we're not talking politics.
No, you could, but there are no politics.
No.
As far as I know, it's peace and quiet for once.
Yeah, it's finally quiet. Hey, there's Rover, manning our or moderating our chat over on YouTube. Thank you very much, Rover. Geraldine goes, slacker.
Yeah, I know.
She's calling you a slacker.
Of course she's calling me a slacker.
You know. But we got some stuff to show off from U Print Shop. U3D Print Shop.
Almost got her. Yeah.
Almost got her. We're going to show off that. And then we got the Mario. Where'd you get that?
Thingiverse, actually.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
So, 1 minute. in 1 big minute. For all of you guys that don't know what happened last night with me using a power drill on the new printer build, I was trying to get screws out, and the screws were all powder coated along with all the standoffs, so you can't get a good thread. So I just took them all out after we went off the air. My wife told me where all of my standoffs were. I put all my standoffs in, and the board is in. All I got to do is hook up a few things tonight when I get home, and we can test. So we might test it tonight. Hey, there's Rudy Yetten, Derek Matthews.
Thank you for responding to my text, Jess. Welcome.
Jess is here?
Yeah, I prodded her.
Stop texting and interviews. An interview. Alrighty, so let's run that intro. Hey, welcome to the First Layer. My name's Richard Cleveland. This is Coffee with Rich. Every Wednesday afternoon, at 1:30, we kind of sit down, have a coffee, and chat with you, our illustrious and ever-growing community of people. And if you're new here, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell so you get notified every time we do a live stream or we put up brand new content on the channel, which we're doing 3 times a week right now. With live streams and 2 shows. So with me today,
yeah,
we are busy. With me today is one of our newest behind the scenes kind of guys.
You want to call it behind the scenes? I keep getting on camera somehow.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, so.
That's true. Bryan Baker's with us today, and Bryan brought by his bronze filament Mario.
Yes, which hot off the printer this morning after 5.5 days of groaning, fighting, and everything. And the too long didn't read story is I'm not too fond of Amazon's new filament. But we can always talk about that more later. This is just one of the fun models, at least that I brought in today. We got some couple other awesome models here. We do, and we're going to talk a little bit about them. Now, let's get back to this for a minute. You had some printing issues with the filament. Yes. It was under extrusion more than or was it clogging? I think it was under extrusion due to filament size. So I run Capricorn tubing on my printer. Do you recall the inside diameter of that tubing? Capricorn inside diameter is 1.8. 1.8 on the nose. Yeah. So Amazon markets this filament as plus or minus 0.05, which would normally take it right to that threshold. However, when rolling out my calipers the other night, I was seeing it at 1.81, 1.82, and it jammed up so much in the tubing that I had to run it at a slow speed just to prevent it from clogging. So it looks great on this front camera, but up close there are a lot of under-extruded lines which have caused issues. And notably, I don't know if we can see it on the front camera. There, a little bit. We can go to the overhead here. On the top is where it began to under-extrude immensely and stop filling it in altogether. So I've got some major holes that will need to be filled with XTC or some other 2-part epoxy to fill it in. Otherwise, it does look fantastic. I like their bronze filament, but it seems my sentiments about the issues are being shown with other buyers on Amazon. So, you know, it's a good price for the filament. I think I paid 20 bucks Canadian for it, but make sure to read the comments, understand what you're getting into, and don't expect it to print as nice as something that's a plus or minus 0.02. You know, that kind of reminds me of the Sunloo filament that I got. You had great success with the Sunloo filament. I didn't so much. Right. Mine would clog. I found variances of up to 0.06 variance on either side when it's supposed to be a 0.02 plus or minus. I was finding up to 0.06. And I think that's what it comes down to with these cheaper filaments is you might get a great batch, you might get a crummy batch. The consistency is completely different from their guarantee size. So, you know, just take it with a grain of salt. You might be getting a good deal, or you might end up having to buy 2 reels. You tell me what's the better cost savings. Get a better quality one or take the risk.
Yeah, really. Okay, so let's jump into this cabinet. I'm going to take this off the top. This is a cabinet, the second cabinet, I believe, designed by James over at Print and Play. You can see on the back, it's got the Print and Play logo right there. Look at that. If I put my hand in front of it, maybe you'll see it better. There we go. You can see the Print and Play logo. This whole back panel can come off. There are holes to mount screws into it. You can see inside we do have a 9-inch touch, or not touch screen, but we have a 9-inch screen that right now is connected to the Raspberry Pi. We are going to fire it up in a little bit. I really like this cabinet because it has a lot of great features to it. If you are interested in getting something like this from James, I would highly suggest that you reach out to him. Print and Play, he's on Facebook, he's on YouTube, he's got a great little YouTube channel. Go check him out, give him some love. And this thing takes 24mm buttons, not the 30mm that most arcade kits come with. You have to make sure that you've got 24s. I've got some 24s, I do have to get a few more, but it will take a standard joystick that you get with all the same.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, and you 4 screws and you're done. There's a back panel that goes in so it covers up the venting, which is inside the cabinet right now. You've got a marquee that goes on the front here. You'll just glue into place, and then you can slide in a piece of plexiglass or frosted glass of whatever you want with whatever logo you want to put on, and put some lights behind it. There's a spot in there for 2 speakers so you can have stereo sound. There's a lot of ventilation on this, so there's no way you're going to overheat this thing.
Well, I mean, people do like to overclock their Raspberry Pis. There's no reasonable way you're going to.
No.
Chances are, if it's melting, it's catching fire, and that's not going to be the printer's fault.
I think at the end of the day, for playing MAME, you don't need it.
No.
Any type of MAME ROMs that are out there on the market, or I shouldn't say on the market, because most MAME ROMs are...
The black market is still a market.
That's true. That's true. The black market is still a market.
Yeah.
The screen that we put in here, just so you guys know, is one from... Who are they? They are this guy's. I knew I had them here. It's from SaneSmart. Yeah. It's SaneSmart. We ordered 2 of these. And you're probably wondering why we ordered 2 of them. Well, when we get this cabinet up and running and we've had a little bit of test time with it,
Of course.
we're going to give it away. So somebody before Christmas is going to win this arcade machine fully decked out.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to look really cool. We're going to go with a dark gray and purple color scheme on this, which is, of course, as you guys know, our new show colors.
Yes.
Dark gray, purple, and white as an accent. And Print and Play, what is he saying there? It will be on Thingiverse in the next 2 weeks or so. So go and check it out, download it. If you want to make your own, if you want to wait till we build one and give it away, then you can do that too. But I really suggest that you guys take a look at Print and Play. He's got a couple of different files up on Thingiverse now. He's also got the original cabinet, which has more of a sweeping side to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's a thinner profile. It's a little bit smaller cabinet. I believe it's for a 7-inch screen. This one gives you a lot of real estate on the side to put a decal,
Right.
you know, like they have on the classic arcade machines.
And what'd you print this on?
This was printed on the CR10S with house the house filament that we use here, which is a Spool 3D gray, which is, as you know, is most of what I have at home is gray. And the cabinet itself took just a little over a kilogram.
Wow.
And then the rest of the parts took like less than a quarter of a kilogram.
That's amazing.
So
you can't even buy the acrylic for that.
no, you can't. And you know, for a little over $30 in materials, as far as making the cabinet goes, it's great. And I had no problems with it printing. Yes, you do need to have a 300 by 300 bed to print this, because it's a big cabinet. Now, when I printed it, I laid it on its back to print, so you can see here is where it's stepping on the front, and we'll sand all that down. You guys won't even know it's
even
printed.
Right now, even if you show it on the overhead, you barely see these lines.
Yeah,
I was
you barely
convinced
see
it was some kind of acrylic when I walked in here because it's clean.
Let's see if we can't do this so you guys can kind of see. So you can see there we've got the 9-inch screen, and there's a little bit of stepping right in here, but that's no big deal. We'll get rid of that. And you can see we got some of the electronics still in the back.
But even the banding on the side, it looks like a wood texture. Actually.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
What I would do, because it is at such an angle on this one, and you guys can see that here. Let me just move Soups out of the way. You guys can see that it's on a fairly steep angle. This is to kind of replicate, I think, the old boxed arcade machines that you could buy when back in the late 80s, early 90s. And it was, they had Pac-Man, they had, what other ones do they have? Galaga. So this is kind of to represent that, I believe. I could be wrong. James will tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I got to tell you, if you are any kind of player, game player, this is a must for any video game player's collection. I really love it. Okay, to post a giveaway. Yes, Rover, it is okay to post a giveaway. Thank you for asking. All right, so on to our last piece. And our last piece today comes from U3D Print Shop. And this is one of their free files, the Superman. This bust took a little over 1 kilogram to print. It has 10% infill in it. I used my Malix 3 design profile that I've set up in Simplify 3D. And so it's printed at 0.1 millimeters. It's got a honeycomb infill. I just find honeycomb just a little bit better than, it uses less plastic, I think, in the long run, than any of the others. It's got a texture on the suit. The S is prominent. The sculpt is beautiful. Now I have to paint it. I still also have to do the stand for it. Once I do the stand, it'll kind of sit like this on the table, and I think it should sit up about that high. So
it does have some height to it.
It does have some height to it. So what I'm going to do with this, I've got a little bit of work to do because I changed filaments, and I got this dang thing in the back. You can see there's a line there. Now this is solid, this is not coming off, but I do have an under extruded line right there, which is no big deal. I can go back, fill that in, a little bit of putty, and pardon me, I'm burping now. Lunch, I had lunch. So, yeah, you can download these. I believe you have to send a PM to Megs Fernando, or Epinan. I can't remember Meg's last name, but Megs has a link to all these files. They are up on the U3D Print website, or U3D Print Shop website and Facebook page, and you can get links to those over there. For this model, they've got a Spider-Man Venom back-to-back. I see a lot of people recently have been printing off the Mephisto that they've done, and they also did a Deadpool with all his guts spilled out on the base.
It's a beaut.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I reduced this by 40% so that I could get it on the CR10. I would have liked to have seen this model broken up just a little bit. So maybe a seam line down here and the head be separate so that you could print it at a 1-to-1 scale, which would have made this thing even more impressive.
That's huge.
It's already huge.
but it would have been just beautiful out of one-to-one.
One-to-one.
But it is well sculpted, beautiful hair detail, beautiful face detail. It is a little comic book style. It's
Yes,
but
yeah.
at the end of the day, he's got a little bit of a. I kind of think that the face on this, and let's go back to the overhead. This to me is kind of a older Superman. This is not you know, your fresh-faced farm boy Clark Kent. This kind of reminds me of the Infinite Crisis Superman.
Yeah. There's a lot of maturity in there, and
There
actually
is.
you can see just some of the face sculpting details on it. It's hard to say what age they were kind of targeting for that, but it's almost looks like a well-worn Superman.
It's like a 50-year-old Superman.
Yeah, he's been around for a while. So when I paint this, and I am going to paint this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to gray the temples just a little bit
Right.
and give it that sort of aged
We'll
look.
give him the,
Yeah, just a little bit of
Yeah.
gray in the temples, like you see Superman in the Dark Knight Returns
Oh, yes.
graphic novels.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange kind of look, and the older Superman from Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths,
Yeah.
that whole story arc. Later on, he had a little bit of gray, so I am going to paint this up. Now, should we tell them what we're going to do with it?
Should we? Is it going to be a Wacky Wednesday?
No, it's not going to be a Wacky Wednesday. This is going to be an auction piece. I'm going to hand paint this, and when it's all painted and said and done, I will photograph it, and this will become an auction piece, so that we can raise some more funds to get the things that we need to upgrade our studio.
We're slowly pulling it together.
Yes, and I want to thank our community for helping us get to the new PC that I started building last night. We are moving in the right direction. We've got most of everything that we need to actually get it up and running and trying it out. And yes, the dog is barking in the background. Doesn't like the people in the showroom. So I thank the community for all your help in helping us source the parts that we need. And now we're into the computer that we're on right now that is streaming this is going to get retired by the end of the month, and the new one will be coming in for October. And the new one is much faster. We'll be able to edit 4K footage on it. We won't be able to edit 8K footage, but we can edit 4K footage.
Well, we gotta shoot 4K footage
That's
first.
right.
You know, we're gonna have nice 1080p for the first little bit.
When we do upgrade the cameras, we will be going to 4K cameras at some point in time. But this now gives us also the ability to do instant replay with this new system. So we can not only record, but we can do instant replay bits.
We can mock every time we drop something again and again.
Again and again and again. So thank you guys for all of your assistance in there. Now I'm going to open it up to questions. And let's see. It's a scaled replica of the Pac-Man cabinet with the screen at the original angle. So that's what this is. It's a replica of the Pac-Man cabinet. So now that James just told me that. And James has got to run, so he is out of here.
Yeah, he was gone a little bit ago there.
Thank you, RT. Yes, this thing came out super amazing. The sculpt work is beautiful. I can't say enough good things about it. So we are going to auction this off, and we'll tell you guys all about the auction when it's ready to go. What else we got coming up? Friday.
Yes.
Friday we got some great stuff coming up. We are going to be talking about Z height and extrusion. So we're going to be talking about that, how to get that Z height just right, how to get your Z motors set up properly in the firmware, and then we're going to talk about the Z offsets as well. So that'll be a lot of fun on Friday. Coming up next Monday, I'm not sure what we're talking about, but we're going to do something.
We're gonna have something fun, you know.
Yeah, we'll have something
new
fun.
content twice a week.
Yeah,
Can't argue with that.
That's right. Lots of content coming out of here. We're growing every day. Thank you. Remember to like, share, and if you are new here, welcome, and go ahead. And where did I put that? Oh, it's right there.
Don't forget to hit that button.
Hit that button.
You need a bell to shake too.
I need a bell.
If we get a cowbell, people are going to start unsubscribing.
Yeah. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you get notified every time we do brand new content or go live. Dual Z's. And Dual Z's, Mark Baker says.
Yeah, Dual Z is interesting depending on how each printer implements it.
Yeah.
And as I found out last night, thanks to my ABL configuration being so good, once my print hit the top of the gantry, I realized it was completely crooked, but it was compensating for it the entire print. So,
there you go.
Win-win there. But yes, Dual Z, impressive. I like it. We'll have to cover that.
Yeah, we're going to cover that soon. We're going to be starting 3-Minute Thursdays coming up in October. That'll be our 3-minute little tip and trick that we'll be putting up, I think, twice a month, every second week or so. We'll be doing a 3-Minute Thursday. Also, hit that thumbs up. Thank you for the reminder, Rover. If you like this content, if you didn't like it, that's okay too. You know. It shows that you watched the show.
We don't have enough stats to see if I should be booted yet. So
yeah, there you go. There you go. So, what do you got coming up on your printer?
After this print job completed last night, my thermistor decided to cough over and die. So there's something going on with my hot end. I'm going to have to hook up the multimeter tonight and figure it out. But once that's going, I got a new shipment of 8 kilograms of filaments. So the world is my oyster. Maybe I'll get back into a couple of my Fusion 360 projects and build some mechanical parts.
Nice. I'm going to continue on with this. I've got to finish the base on Galactus. Mm-hmm. My wife has cleaned Galactus. Yes, thank you, honey, for cleaning all of my models. I really, really, really love it. It saves me a lot of work in the end. Then I've got to print an arm for Aquaman.
Oh, okay.
I still have to try and get one of Frag's models printed. Keeps failing on me, and I have a very funny feeling it has to do with orientation. So I'm trying a couple of different orientations on the bed. So I'll be getting that done. And lots of great content still to come. I've got a few episodes I have to finish editing to go up onto Patreon on the Dark Side build. After the Dark Side build, I'm going to be doing this guy. I'm going to jump into him because we've got a big project coming up later in October that we're going to start doing. And we are building a really, really big printer.
And depending on how it goes, ×2.
Maybe ×2. So we are going to build a 500 by 500 by 1,000 build volume printer, all out of 3030 and extrusion, and there's some 2020 in there. And
yeah, the main frame is 3030.
Yeah. So we've got a lot going on there. And then just coming up, we're just going to keep going through the month of September. We're going to keep doing some more of the troubleshooting this month so we can get through some of the other issues. And that is pretty much it for today. So I want to thank Bryan for coming in.
Thanks, everyone. Good to be here.
Frank Awesome, who is always awesome, is behind the controls today. Wave your hand, Frank. There you go. No, you're not. There you go. There's Frank. And we also want to thank the lovely Jess Corniching, because you guys do all the hard work. I just sit here and look pretty.
Well, that works.
So, thank you to them for volunteering their time and coming in and helping out with the show. I want to thank all of my Patreons. You guys are amazing. Thanks for sticking with me through the tough times. And we are going to get more content up on the Patreon page for doing that Dark Side model. We're getting pretty close to being done with him. So if you want to become a Patreon and show your support for the show, you don't have to, but it's always appreciated when people do. You can go to patreon.com/thefirstlayer and sign up for one of the levels there. Every little dollar helps. But hey, you know what? This is Coffee with Rich. If you're not into a monthly commitment, all of us drink coffee.
We're clearly out.
We're clearly out today. And I meant to go and grab my Vader cup and fill it with coffee today. But
yeah, because we don't have that company's sponsorship at this point, so I don't want to endorse them anymore.
No. So we, if you don't want to, yeah, you can just go to buymeacoffee.com/firstlayer because we all drink coffee. And I want to thank spool3d.ca. Spool 3D, print it right, print it with Spool 3D. They've got everything that you need from printers, accessories, filaments, and everything else. That, yeah, the logo just came up on his face.
We got perfect positioning for that. We always do that to our guests, just splat.
They have everything you need for your next printer build or your next printer upgrade, or if you're looking for a brand new printer, check them out as well. So go to spool3d.ca, print it right, print it with Spool 3D.
So,
I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you for coming and joining us. You notice I don't have a mic on today. Dun, dun, dun. I'm microphone naked today because we are trying out a shotgun, which is right there. And that's why you can hear us clearly today, much better. We still got a little bit of tweaking to do, but we will.
So if Rich sounds good, give it a thumbs up. If I sound bad, well, that's not the mic, that's just me. So just ignore my dialogue. But you know, if he sounds good, let us know. You know, it's trial and error here, right?
Yeah,
so,
we're always trying to. Oh, sound is perfect. Rudy
thanks, Rudy.
says. Thanks, Rudy. So with that saying, thank you guys for joining us today, and we're gonna get out of here and get some work done, and maybe start ripping some stuff out of that so that I can take it home.
Yeah, she knew she was dying. It took us like 20 minutes to get Restream working, or vMix going again.
Yeah, it took about She knows that she's on her way out. So with that said, guys, remember, thank you and love each other, and show some appreciation to your neighbors if you can, please, and show them how much you care. And remember that the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. And we'll see you next time.